Kia ora everyone, my name's Lex Evans. We're from Te Kiri Tiparanga Puarapa Limited, and we've just got some of our kaimahi here today to deliver a talk. I was going to speak, but I think it's better coming from the people that are involved in the restoration, right? So, and we'll just start with an introduction. We've got a small video, and then each will just go through some of their experiences. So just to start off with, we're involved with the Jobs for Nature program on the Rangitata awa, and we're doing conservation work here for over 4 years. We do have a native plant nursery, which has just started about 18 months ago, but I think we'll just sort of go through it. So we'll just introduce, so we've got Anthony Fowler, we've got Kieran, and we've got Summer Naitai, so, and they'll just speak as we go through it, so we'll just bring up.
Ki te wātea te hininaro, me te kaha o te riri o te wairua, te taia ngā mea katoa. What that means is when the mind is free and the energy flows freely, all things are possible.
That's awesome. Thank you, Anthony. So we'll just get on to our little video.
That's what we see come about with the Jobs for Nature project from the government response to COVID. We've been operating since September 2021. We initially started at Awhakahumanu and Kuli grew out of there, and we've been on this site since February of 2022. We grow native plants to be planted on the Rangitata awa. We've got a restoration team that plants the plants, does pest control and also weed management.
Much like most of everyone else who works here, I went back to the Awhakahumanu, and most of our ancestors would have used these sites that we're working on as traditional muddy and kai sites to get the food and resources. So a lot of us feel like it's where we're meant to be. Our goal for the next 2 years is to become a self-sufficient business and provide a corridor for the birds along the river from Peel Forest to all the way down to the river mouth where they can breed.
Us, including myself, had any experience in the nursery industry, so we've all just completed production level 3 program. So it's about upskilling and improving the knowledge for our kaimahi here at the nursery.
This job, I would say, is one of the most rewarding jobs I've ever been in. You get to see your progress daily, and you actually get to help the environment.
We eco-source all our seed. We go right up to the Rangitata gorge, collect seed from there, and it's very good for our wairua, our hininaroa, but also for our kaimahi connecting back to the whenua and also their culture. We have just over 200,000 plants. We need to produce 180,000 for the Rangitata over a 3-year period. So we're definitely exceeding the numbers at the moment, which is fantastic.
Most of these plants do really well when it floods. They really like it when it's wet, and most of these plants are what comes out from riparian forest.
There's 3 or 4 different sites along the Rakitata. We've got the Rangitata hapu, the Kirikiri farm, also McKinnon's Creek, where they're doing a big planting at the salmon hatchery at the moment.
This stream here leads into the Rakitata River. We have put in, as you can see, a lot of plants which should provide a canopy over the ground. One of our biggest challenges is weed control. There's so much willow and gorse, and the gorse seeds last for about 50 years. And another problem we have is pūkeko pulling out all of our grasses. We actually have had a lot of native plants self-feed, so hopefully in the future it becomes very self-regenerative. The water quality has definitely improved. The flow is back, it looks nice and healthy, and most of our native species that live in the water have come back.
Well, I would love to see native birds come back, and to be safe, I'd love to see the water quality improve, our whānau to be able to go and swim and collect kai from the river to really take ownership back over the river.
It gives us a sense of purpose, and it makes us feel like we're doing what our ancestors would want us to do, and reviving what once was a massive forest and try to bring it back, basically.
Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. We are Te Kiti Tipuranga or Huirapa Limited. We're the new kids on the block, you could say. It's our first time at the Braided Rivers Conference, and it's an honour and a pleasure to be here. Not only to share our story with you all, but to have the opportunity to hear your presentations also. What makes Te Kiti special is that we're made up of 3 divisions. The nursery, who propagate all our native plants using eco-source seeds. The trapping team, who establish trap lines and tech and rebate traps. And the restoration team, who plant and service the restoration habitat at 3 different sites. These sites are the Rakitata Hapua River Mouth Lagoon, Kiri Kiri Farm, which means stony sand, and Otakitane McKinnon's Creek. All 3 sites are unique in their own right and present their own set of specific requirements and challenges, which the team adapts to overcome. The Rakitata River is subject to severe weather events and has been subject to 3 major floods since 2019. This magnitude of flood should only occur once every 100 years. So the fact that it has occurred 3 times in 4 years has had a huge impact not only on the environment, but also economically. During these severe weather events, the Hapua Lagoon gets flooded with salt water, which in turn brings a large amount of wood debris off the beach and into our planting zones. To combat this issue, we have erected semi-permanent screens, and salt-tolerant species have been selected to reduce attrition rates caused by these extreme weather events. This creates a buffer zone to protect against any further sea level rise caused by climate changes. The Rakitata River Mouth Lagoon, or the Hapua, receives clean sustained water from Kiri Kiri and the McKinnon's Creek or Takitane sites into the Harakiki wetland and lagoon sites that promote and sustain inanga spawning. Monitoring since the beginning of planting has seen an increase in both numbers of spawn and the number of new spawning sites. To date, approximately 55,000 plants have been planted at the Hapua site since the beginning of the project. While primarily the Hapua site is for inanga spawning habitat regeneration, ultimately planting many variable species has a beneficial flow-on effect, complementing other aspects of the project, including boom transition plots and taonga corridor concepts that link the Hapua to Peel Forest. Over 3 sites, we've planted approximately 130,000 plants to date. The aim of the project is to plant 180,000 plants with an expected attrition rate of 6% overall. This mahi is extremely important as 95% of global wetlands have been destroyed. New Zealand has the highest rate of stomach and bowel cancer globally. This can be attributed to high levels of nitrates in our rivers and poor water quality. It is Te Kiti's goal to become a commercially viable business and an industry leader in the field of conservation and habitat restoration, expanding our operations to other braided river restoration projects, monitoring, surveying, and consulting. We dream of employing local tangata whenua for multiple generations well into the future. Not only are we growing trees in our business, we are also growing our people. Thank you.
Ka tu au kei te mihi atu ki a koutou katoa. Kua haere mai koutou ki te awhi te kaupapa o te wā. I tēnei kaupapa whakaherehere ki a tātou katoa. Kia ora, ko Kieran Tokuikua. I'm part of the Predator Control Division of Te Kiti Tipuranga o Huirapa. We are a team of 2 that service 1,700 DOC 200 traps. We're targeting mustelids, rats, feral cats and hedgehogs on the Rakitata awa. Our trap lines span over 90 kilometres of riverbed and farmland adjacent to the awa. We have traps on both sides of the river from Tarahaua, Mount Peel, down to the Hapua at Kapopo, Rakihuia on the coast. In the past 2 years, we have removed over 3,500 predators from the project area. This has helped provide protection for a variety of native birds that breed on the shingle riverbeds and surrounding areas of the Rakitata. Our traps at the hapua are aimed at protecting inaka eggs and other taonga species from predation. The predation of inaka eggs by rats and mice is the single largest cause of egg loss in spawning sites, with up to 80% of eggs lost. Predator control is a key component in regenerative habit restoration on our awa. Mō tātou, mō ka uri, muriaki nei, for us and our children after us. This work's extremely satisfying for myself, and yeah, and it's for me, it's about establishing a solid future for future generations, including my tamariki and mokopuna, and I look forward to them getting involved in the future. Kia ora.
Kia ora koutou katoa, ko Samana Taitoke Ingoa. I've been a part of Te Kiti Tipuranga o Hoirapa for over 2 years now. So I was one of the first 3 members who started in the nursery in 2021. So yeah, I started in the nursery group and now I'm transferred over into the restoration crew. So it's quite nice to juggle from both sides of the team. So doing in-house work to out-house work. For me personally, over the 2 years, it's been very challenging coming outside, working in the environment. But with my background, I've done outdoor recreation, so I'm quite used to the environment and the different elements. So it's nice to continue doing a job or doing a course and then coming into a job that fits with the skills that you've just learned. So I really like that. Over the 2 years, I have been doing different types of courses and training, which is a really great opportunity that has come into our company. We've done courses and training that involve horticulture level 3. We've done 4-wheel drive. We've done, what else is there? We've done grow safe, first aid, and etc. etc. So for me, I think that's amazing, especially for the young rangatahi that we have coming into our company. It's all about experience, it's all about opportunity, and throughout our mahi, it's all about learning and growing within and upskilling all the way. So, yeah, kia ora.
Photos. I thought I'd get away without talking, but it looks like I've got to finish off. So I'm known for talking, so I'm actually doing really well. But you can just get a vibe for what's happening. And one of the things for me, I've been involved with conservation for a number of years. And I think especially on the Rakitata awa, it's kind of like, if you can remember back to about 1996, and Fonterra had a moratorium on suppliers. That moratorium came off and it just changed overnight. It became a gold rush, and we speak of Canterbury now as being the green desert, So it's really good. We've sort of gone way out to the other side. There's been encroachment onto the awas. And even for us guys working on the Rakitata awa, you can see where the farmers have just sort of hedged that fence line in. But the thing about it is the awa has the last say. So I, as a farmer, I can put my fence line out into the middle of the berm or wherever, and the river will just come and take it back. And I think really where we're heading now is that there's kind of like a combination of things happening. It's going to be where commerce meets conservation, So a lot of the farmers and rural landowners are actually getting on board with everything. And part of all these projects working together. And sometimes I feel like for a lot of us, we work in our little silos and we're not really aware of what everyone else is doing. So a day like today is just really, really special that we can come together, share our knowledge, but also share our experiences. And I think that that's the real thing. And for me, having been involved in conservation, with our team coming on board, everyone started at ground zero, didn't know anything much at all. And as you can see today, in 18 months, we've come so far. but not only coming so far, but we're looking about going intergenerational. And I think that's the really, really special thing that's happening in this whole field, that the people that come bring passion and that brings change, you know. So that's awesome. So we'll just leave it there. I think we got it in time, so perfect.